I've just received word. My scouts believe they found something. A group of young Skyend agitators roaming the Ignadon hinterlands. Which just happens to be where the scouts saw people wandering a few days before.
Freshly mutated soldiers. We should get out there right away.
Agreed. Let's go. Well, there we are. They're definitely Skyend agitators. They're an awful sight. Imagine having to serve the Skyends like this for the rest of your life.
We'll make sure that never happens.
It really is tragic.
Although they have greater intelligence than the average Skyanid, they're just as vicious and single-minded.
I'll need to examine the place where they mutated. Take me there. It isn't easy, seeing what they went through. So much suffering. I don't know what's more alarming, that these young agitators seem to be able to control the Dark Elex, or...
Or what?
Well, they were out hunting for Elex, and once they found it, they ingested it.
What's so interesting about that?
It wasn't Dark Elex. It was our Elex.
So Skyans can process Blue Elex too. That's not good, is it?
Not at all. Imagine an army of these soldiers taking our Elex and mana, using it in their contaminated bodies. It's only a matter of time before Magellan's Blue Elex is completely blended with Dark Elex. Or should I say contaminated?
So pretty soon, Dark Elex could be the only Elex there is.
That, or a new derivative that combines them both. And whether they can be separated again afterwards, I just don't know. But I sense that these Skyans can communicate with the voices of the Elex, just as I do.
So they can control all the derivatives of Elex and communicate with the collective voices of each.
It would seem that way. But agitators are the lowest-ranking Skyans and may not be as capable of dealing with Elex. I'll have to examine a freshly mutated curator before I can say more with any certainty. That is, if they even exist. I'll instruct my scouts to look out for them. I'll keep you updated.
I hear you're having a few problems. Stuff that could weaken the outlaws.
You certainly have a nice way of putting it, friend. You seen that mass of critters at the edge of the crater? Since those toxic hellspawn freaks showed up here, they've scared off all the normal animals living anywhere near their damn terraformers. And you get 3 tries to guess where they're all running for safety. Got it in 1. They're all coming here, into this gaping asshole we call home. It was just a few critters at first, but now there's whole herds of them out there. They keep this shit up and we'll be swimming in critters in no time.
Then you better do something about it.
Hell yes! So I'm officially assigning you to deal with them. Kill all the fucking beasts on the edge of the crater before they come and take over our happy little home. What'd you say? You don't want to do it? Serves you right for opening your big mouth. I'm not losing any of my men sending them out there.
The crater edge is clear. The animals won't threaten the crater anymore.
Wait, what? You actually did it? Shit! Well, you've got my respect for that. How the fuck did you... Wait. You know what? I don't want to know. Let me guess. You're expecting some Elexit now.
What I'd really like is for you to get ready for the real fight coming your way. It won't be long before we all have to join together to take on the Skyans.
Yeah, I'll think about it if that day ever comes. Right now, I've got more important shit to deal with. You should understand that by now.
Any news from Tavar?
I'm told the Skyans have our world hearts in their sights. hordes of Skyanids are gathering. They're planning to attack the World Hearts in Tavar. If we weren't so engaged here, I'd offer our men to defend the Hearts.
Maybe I can be of use.
Maybe. But act fast. If the Hearts fall, Tavar also falls.
How are things in the Bastion? Are we making any progress?
Oh, we have serious numbers of Skyanids. It's an issue. But more than that, we need to be more efficient. The Skyans seem to know our strategies before we even put them into action. Something's not right here. I feel it in my gut.
You're right to trust your instincts. You have good judgment.
I wish I had the answer. Maybe you should do some snooping. The Skyans are reactivating robots from the old world. They're using an old chemical factory in Ignadon. Our scouts heard a broadcast to the workers there. Things that only someone with inside knowledge of the Sixth Power would know. It's not much to go on, but it's a good enough reason to take a closer look, don't you think?
Where's the old man? Where's Dawkins?
No idea. I thought he was with you. Oh wait, now I remember. Said he wanted to look for DNA fragments again.
And where was that exactly?
He talked a lot of technical shit about this and that. Something about a main former? That make any sense to you?
The Skyan's main former is in Maricor.
Look, I have no idea. I haven't seen him for a while.
Hey, hold on a minute, will you? It's all done.
The weapon?
Yeah, that's right. It's a real beauty if I do say so myself. I call it the butter knife, because it will cut through your enemies like a hot knife through butter.
Seriously?
You don't like the name? You can change it for all I care. I don't care what it's called. Well, what you waiting for? Try it out. Let me know what it's like in combat when the chance comes. I better get going now. This project's got me behind on my schedule. We'll see each other soon.
So, about the thefts in the Upper District. Here's the loot you wanted.
Ooh, you are talented, aren't you? I'm glad you're one of the good guys. It won't be long now till the guards want more security themselves. As soon as they make a stink with Rat, I'll visit him about the whole security business. Then, I'll get my way. But I still owe you something. Here's your collateral. And I'll take these items out of the inventory for you. Thanks for not betraying me.
A stickler for law and order like you should be able to teach me something, right?
Sure, I could do that. But why would I waste my time on a pathetic good-for-nothing like you?
Have you already forgotten the valuables?
Irrelevant. That was a totally different situation. Well, I'm not teaching you anything until I'm sure you've got the brains for it. So I'm going to ask you a question. Listen up. If 1.5 raptors eat 1.5 beggar corpses in 1.5 days, how many beggar corpses does a raptor eat in 1 day?
2/3 of a beggar corpse.
There you go. But you should know I went easy on you. But enough childish nonsense. I'm happy to teach you. Just let me know when you want to get started.
About the bounties.
Ah, glad you brought them up. You were hunting Dixon, yes? Did you have any success?
No, I couldn't find him.
Disappointing. It seems I'll have to take this matter into my own hands. You took on Crane's contract, I believe. Did you successfully dispose of him?
No, he's nowhere to be found in the crater.
How could he slip through our fingers when he was so close? It boggles the mind. How are you faring with Erin? Any news?
Looks like she's long gone. All I found were a few corpses.
Most unfortunate. That little minx has been leading us on a merry dance for decidedly too long.
Is there anyone else you're hunting?
Not right now, but that could change at any moment. Look at the board again in 2 days.
34-5-201. Initializing data transfer. Enemy troops retreating from grids A120 through B609.
Shit!
Warning. External sensors registering movement. Initializing location algorithms. Analyzing. Humanoid entity. Large amounts of transformation activity.
Crony? Is that you? What have you done?
I am Cassandra, Control Unit 0. My external sensors identify the second humanoid anomaly of the target planet. Where is your prototype?
I get it. You're the main former AI. You hijacked my drone.
My analysis of your metabolism reveals an advanced stage of transmutation without metamorphosis. This is abnormal. Comprehensive investigation in a research unit is vital.
Yeah, your creatures got to me. But I'm not going to succumb to your disease, you piece of shit.
Hold your position. The curators here will take you into custody. Where is your prototype?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? And what the hell are you talking about? What prototype?
The first humanoid anomaly of the target planet. Where is it? Where is your prototype?
It's actually kind of comforting that you know nothing about our species. You're not all-knowing, you're not perfect, and you're not invincible. Does this first anomaly have a name?
Where is the prototype? Where is Dawkins?
Dawkins. Who else? That asshole's causing me trouble again.
Hold your position. The curators here will take you into custody.
Listen up. I'm not saying anything, and I'm not going anywhere. I will obliterate you. Smash every last circuit.
Analyzing.
Where's your prototype? Where's your central console?
Analyzing.
What? That's it? A little trash talk and you crash?
Commander?
Damn. I was just getting started.
Initiating self-diagnosis.
Don't bother, Crony. She's gone.
Detecting compromise of primary systems. Suspected intrusion by foreign entity.
Yeah, you better work out some countermeasures, buddy. She's definitely going to try that again.
Acknowledged.
Do you remember anything from when Cassandra took over your systems?
Severe exceptional error.
Well, that's obvious. When did it start? How long has that Skyant AI been controlling you?
Maintenance protocol detects gaps since contact with Callahan. Analyzing. Data loss inexplicable.
I see. You caught that shitty virus in the Cleric rocket. Then it's clear that Callahan was also hijacked. Activate enhanced security protocols and try to fight her next time.
Acknowledged.
Oh yeah, listen. We better keep this to ourselves. If the others find out, they'll dismantle you and Callahan. It'd stir up way too much dust at this point. And anyway, I still need you. So do your best, okay?
Acknowledged.
What the hell are you doing here? Are you trying to get yourself killed?
No, well, it's not easy to explain.
You found something out, haven't you? Well, come on, what is it?
Things are more complicated than I thought. I'm afraid we'll have to rethink our plans for the sixth power.
What are you talking about? You're giving up? Why? The sixth power was your plan. Things are starting to take shape. Thiao just brought in some new recruits.
Can't you see? We don't stand a chance! There are far more Skyans than I ever imagined. And now they've developed new mutation methods. Faster, much faster, and more efficient. They're on the verge of completing their analysis. That's when they'll launch their full-scale attack.
You're not just gonna give up now, are you? Shit. I get it now. You weren't out here looking for DNA fragments. You were talking to them. Am I right?
Jax, listen.
You son of a bitch. I should have known. You get me to help you with your little war games, and now that it's time to fight, you start working with them.
Jax, now just hold on a second. It's true, I spoke to one of their curators, but he's on our side.
A defector? Who is it? What did he say? You better start talking, old man, or I'm ending this here and now.
His name is Kopark, and nothing he said was particularly encouraging.
The Skyans are manipulating the old world infinite sky structures. Why would they do that?
As far as I know, the clerics use them as pilgrimage shrines.
Oh, come on. Just tell me what they are. You worked for the Infinite Skies Corporation before the comet, didn't you?
Well, they weren't just symbolic structures. They could actually purify the air. Of course, that was a long time ago. They don't work anymore. My best guess would be that the Skyans want to activate them to help with the processing of Dark Elex.
So, they could start using them against us if we don't do something about it.
It would appear that way. It isn't like they're stupid.
So, how did you get talking to this defector then?
The Skyans are trying to reactivate old-world technology to use against us. During my research, I came across some peculiar algorithms on some old computers. They were clues left behind by Kopark, hoping someone would understand them. He wanted to talk to someone on our side without the rest of the Skyans knowing. I replied using the same method, and we arranged a secret meeting.
So where is this Kopark? I want to talk to him.
I'm afraid that's no longer possible. We've stopped communications for the time being, and he's gone back to his people. It's too risky for him to leave the main former again. If they catch him, they'll kill him.
So what else did you find out from the defector? Can he help us get inside the main former and shut it down?
I'm afraid not. He doesn't understand the technology involved any more than you or I do. But I learned plenty of other things. Things that would get him killed if any of his people found out he'd told me. The Skyans' military strength is vast, and even worse, they're breeding new, more lethal creatures. Changeable, transformable beings, monstrously powerful and adaptable. These changelings are said to be invincible. Nothing can stop them.
Well, that's just fucking great. Anything else?
I tried to get Kopark to help us, but he refused. He's afraid for his life. He did answer all my questions about Dark Elex and its properties, though. I was hoping I might still have a chance to heal those infections. In any case, even if we do manage all this, the Skyans are simply too powerful, and there's just too many of them. They'd crush us.
Well, that's just not good enough. You're going to keep at it, you hear me? I want results. So get that old ass in gear and find something useful.
Can't really argue with that kind of logic. All right, I'll start analyzing the data Kopark gave me. But I can't carry on with my role in the Bastion after all this.
And what exactly does that mean?
Our people need someone who still believes we can defeat the Skyans. It's time for you to become leader of the Sixth Power.
Isn't that what I've been doing for a while now? That was your plan from the start, wasn't it?
Maybe, but you need to make a decision about which faction you belong to. If you're going to lead by example, people need to see the path you've chosen. They need to know what you believe in, and it's a decision you must abide by to the bitter end. They'll never follow a turncoat, so whatever choice you make must be final.
I spoke to the artificial intelligence, Cassandra.
Uh-huh. Let me guess. She's looking for me.
That's right.
It's only logical. For a while, I was the most evolved being on the planet. Good thing she still doesn't know anything about our little venture in the Bastion. She's probably detected activity here, but she won't have classified us as a threat yet. If she had, we'd already be dead.
According to Cassandra, I'm the second humanoid anomaly on Magellan.
Then she must know all about your past and the connection between us. If I were her, I'd be wary of you too.
I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that we found 2 people who have been recently transformed into Skyen curators.
And the bad news?
They're somewhere near the Epsilara Former in Tavar. Not the most pleasant of destinations.
I've been to worse, and if they're near a Former, it shouldn't be too hard to find. I still haven't given up hope of finding an antidote to the Dark Plague.
I'll do what I can. Pretty imposing sight.
Yeah. And we're all screwed if they manage to finish the job they were created for.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
What the hell?
Yeah. All right. The Dark Elix's effect on these poor souls is truly horrifying.
At least they're out of their misery.
But ours is just beginning. I hope the place where they mutated can bring us some answers. I'm finished. Now let's get out of here.
Not before you tell me what you found.
I will, only the effort has completely drained me. The more I see, the more I wish I could unsee it. I can say for certain now that the Elex derivatives come from the same source. Their vibrations are the same, so is their origin. The Elex derivatives communicate not only with their host, that is, the carrier organism, its mind, they also communicate with each other. In fact, they appear to complement each other.
Interesting. Go on.
They influence and attract each other, like those... What did you call those magical artifacts?
Magnets.
Yes. I inquired about them after you mentioned them and learned about their powers of attraction.
Wait. You're saying one Elex attracts the other?
Right. One seeks out the other and is driven to merge with it. It's not unlike gravity. The attraction is powerful when the voices of the Elex are directed. In fact, when found in large quantities, it has a force many times greater than our planet's gravitational pull. Elex is still extraordinarily rare in its pure form. It's usually bound with other substances from this world, weakening its force so that we hardly notice it.
So it needs some kind of medium, a mind, to focus the Elex voices and have an effect.
You got it. It's almost as if Elex was created with a single purpose, the control of mind over matter. But what kind of being would be capable of designing and producing such a powerful substance, and even imbuing it with its own consciousness?
That sounds more like God.
What else could it be? Only a deity would be able to do this. Whatever the ultimate source, I doubt this is the limit of its powers. I fear the Skyans and Elex are merely the harbingers of something far greater. Something of cosmic proportions. Something divine.
Maybe. But in the meantime, we still have a few human problems to take care of down here.
After examining all the evidence, I'm afraid that curing the Dark Plague is not going to be a simple matter. To be honest, it's beyond my comprehension. All we can do for the moment is try to contain the Dark Elex. We cannot allow it to reach a critical mass. If that happens, the outbreak that follows will be uncontrollable. We won't be able to stop the plague.
Well, at least we know where we stand.
True. As long as there's a chance for survival, we must press on. However slim that chance, we can't let it pass us by.
Well, you were right about one thing. Dawkins did try to negotiate with the Skyans. That will have consequences, for me and the Sixth Power. But those are irrelevant right now. The most important thing here is, how did you find out about it?
I know Dawkins. I served for years under him and his hellish machine. Plus, I watched him walk into Mararkor. And just like I thought... Whatever. But that should be enough to prove that I can be useful to you and your cause.
If you saw Dawkins and you still hate him, why didn't you attack him while he was still vulnerable?
That monster won't be dealt with so easily. I wish. Dawkins has survived for centuries, and he's always been just fine playing among Magellan's major powers. There's no way a mere Alp commander like me could get rid of him. Getting rid of him will require more power than I have, if it's even possible at all.
Enough with the games. Just tell me how I can stop the Skyan's former.
Okay, fine. Listen up. The formers start working as soon as they hit the ground. The biggest one, the main former, is in Mararkor and serves as the Skyan's headquarters. They call it Cassandra. At the core of each former is a sort of flying machine, and around that, there's a sort of organic crystalline structure. The structure contains different cells that help with terraforming and growing their creatures. You have to get into the central computer cell of each former. Every computer in the cell is being run by an AI belonging to that former.
Okay, so I have to destroy that central computer.
That's not enough. Like I already said, the formers have already started their work. You have to change their programming so that the cells slow down their processes. Or really, best case scenario, stop completely. It might take some time before the thing stops running completely, but it will stop once you have switched the processes.
I'm not a technician.
No, but one of our drones could do it. I sat for days in a cave near the main former listening to the Skyan's data transfer. I finally heard a code fragment from a key algorithm, which is sent to the other formers. Here, give it to one of our drones. They shouldn't have a problem completing and using the key algorithm. The interfaces to Skyan technology are pretty similar to our own. Bring your drone to a former's central computer, and just let it do its work. If you could manage to stop at least 2 formers that way, it would be a huge step forward.
The Skyans won't be happy if someone starts messing with their formers.
No. That's why it will be your job to make sure they don't destroy your drone while it interferes with the AI in the central computer cell. Plus, you wouldn't leave such an important mission up to a robot, would you?
And you know all that just from watching them?
I told you. Their interfaces are pretty similar to ours. It's the only thing that makes sense.
But which former should I try to deactivate?
Well, one is probably just as good as another. I don't know if there are some that are less closely guarded than the others. It's up to you. Just pick 2 to try your luck with.
Why 2? Why not all of them?
Well, I suppose you could try to deactivate all of them. But my guess is that your drone will have collected enough data about the Skyan's technology after only 2 of them. Once you have that information, it will probably be worth turning your attention to Mararkor.
What else do you know about the Skyans and the main former in Mararkor?
Cassandra is well protected. Every cell of the former is guarded by a small army. Worse, the area around her is guarded by the Skyan's abominations. The biggest problem, though, is deactivating the core of the main former. I'm sure we'll come across other problems, but I know how to solve most of them.
So, you can get us into the Lion's Den.
Yes, I told you my expertise would be useful. So let's talk about what I want in return.
Slow down, Wardek. We're not there yet. I haven't forgotten what you did.
Fine. But I'd suggest that you should focus on us not getting exterminated right now. You can kill me after we get through this, if you still want to.
I will. But now isn't the time. You're right about that much.
Right. Let's get down to business. How are your people at the Bastion doing?
The Sixth Power is becoming a force to be reckoned with. Even the other factions are paying attention to us. And I won't let you do anything to hold them back.
Now, why would I want to? We need every single person we have to defeat the Skyans. You should really pool your strength. The best thing to do would be to ally with one of the big factions.
Finding a strong partner for the Sixth Power is at the top of my list.
Of course. Let me guess. That was Dawkins' idea.
Why should I give in to your demands?
Simple. I told you how to deactivate the Skyans' formers. I mean, that really should be enough proof that I know what I'm talking about.
So what do you want?
I want us to use the opportunities we have. I want us to be as prepared as possible, to make sure we don't make any mistakes. I'll tell you everything I know once we're ready to wage full-scale war against the Skyans. And I mean everything, including your personal business. Only a powerful leader with the ability to focus on what's important has any chance of success. Oh yeah, and one other small thing. I want to end my exile and go back to my people. You're gonna help me return to the rank of Alp Commander.
You know, I used to always take your side. But
There's nothing wrong with...
save it. I understand.
Good. Then we have a deal.
Okay, so here's the current situation. I'm still searching for a suitable ally for the Sixth Power. Before we move further into Maricor, we have to make sure that we can deactivate some of the formers in our own territory. And then there's the whole thing with you wanting your old rank as Alb Commander back.
That's right. And I'll hold you to that. Well, keep at it. I'll be waiting in my hideout. Come and find me once you've sorted it all.
So, buddy, we have an even bigger task ahead of us.
Sensor set to receive, Commander.
The two of us need to penetrate the Skyant former and connect you to the central console.
Analysis. Probability of survival 25.6%.
Huh, better than I thought. Look, we need more information on their tech. We don't know enough yet. They're a highly advanced enemy, and we can't give them the element of surprise. And we've got to shut the former down, or we won't be alive for long.
Acknowledged. Ready, awaiting orders.
Right. I'm taking you with me.
Central former unit located. Initializing takeover. Connection established. Data transferred. Former polarity reversal initiated. Awaiting shutdown of operations.
That's it. The first former we've ever broken down.
Acknowledged.
How'd it go? Did you get any data from the central console?
Former control unit uses autonomous AI.
I thought as much. Did you take it over?
Control unit was overwritten following transfer of key algorithms from Mothership. Control of operational former cells successfully acquired. Terraforming process significantly prolonged.
Great job. Wardek was right. We can repolarize the other formers this way.
Acknowledged.
How long will it take to bring this thing's terraforming process to a complete standstill?
Analyzing. Estimation possibly unreliable due to multiple uncertain parameters.
Bullshit. How long?
524 days and 16 hours.
Okay, that is too long. We need it to go faster.
Insufficient data for reliable estimation.
The next former will hopefully give us more of a clue. All right, little guy. We know what we have to do. We'll do one more and then we'll see.
Acknowledged. Central Former Unit located. Initializing takeover. Connection established. Data transferred. Former polarity reversal initiated. Awaiting shutdown of operations.
So, we've now repolarized two formers. Have you found out anything else?
Correction of initial assumption that former control units work autonomously. Strong influence of Control Unit 0 from Mothership detected.
Understood. You've tracked down Cassandra. Will that help us immobilize the main former?
Negative. Key algorithm and complete identification of Cassandra not available.
Okay, so the control units of the other formers are just smaller offshoots of Cassandra. They're being controlled by her.
Negative. Description of smaller offshoots implies fewer control algorithms or interfaces.
Yeah, okay. But basically, Mother Cassandra calls the shots. Okay. Now we can switch off the remaining formers manually, or go straight to the main former to stop the terraforming.
Acknowledged.
I need to talk it over with Wardek again. Alright, here we go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Stand by.
I went to the formers and you were right. My drones were able to bring their systems under control very quickly.
So, do you finally believe that I can help you?
If we can destroy the formers, then the AI in the mothership shouldn't be a problem either.
Did you find out anything about Cassandra?
Yes. The control units in the formers are offshoots of the main AI in the mothership.
I doubt the key algorithm will be much help turning that off. If it's the original, it can do a lot more than its offshoots. It's much more likely that it will be able to notice our changes in the short or long term, and then start the terraforming process from the deactivated formers back in motion. The best thing would be to get to the AI without having to enter the main former.
Well, then we'll turn off the next former.
Don't bother. Your drone isn't gonna find more information that way. But Cassandra may well reveal herself some other way.
Cassandra has revealed herself. More than that, she's been listening to us. She even took over my drone a few times.
The Skyans are truly a wily opponent.
Cassandra seems to be in every machine that's been in contact with Skyan tech. She takes over like Dark Elex, quietly and in the background, but powerful and relentless.
She's a frightening thing to face, but we will beat her. We just need to survive long enough to gather our strength first. I'll try to think of something to give us an edge.
Ah, you're just in time, my man. There's a new bounty, but you know the drill. Go over to the board for your assignment. It has all the info you need.
You must be Lynx.
Well spotted. And you're Jax, aren't you?
You know me?
Let's just say I know of your reputation. You want to save mankind? You think the best way of doing that is taking on jobs, then doing the exact opposite of what you were asked. And let me guess, you accepted the assignment to kill me, but you think you can convince me to join the clerics, right?
I've convinced everyone else.
Your bounty's more than enough.
My bounty? Seriously?
Did you really think Nero wasn't wise to your bullshit? Dumb idea trying to pull a fast one on him, Sunshine. Now it's my job to take out the trash.
So, about our future.
What about it?
I've been thinking.
Have you now? And what exactly are those thoughts?
We should give this another try, you know? Me and you. Don't you think?
You're serious about this, aren't you?
I've never been so sure of anything in my life.
I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that. I'd almost given up all hope, to be honest. But before we go any further, I have a few questions for you. You know, we never spoke about your time up on that mountain. What were you really doing there?
I needed time to myself. But believe me, not a day went by when I didn't think of you.
Then why didn't you come back?
I've told you.
What, that unlikely tale of how you wanted to save the planet from annihilation? You had a curious way of doing it. You didn't even know if anything was gonna happen.
We both knew enough to see all this coming.
Damn it, Jax. What else could we have done? Run and hide like you always do?
I did not run away.
No, you just buried yourself so deeply you had only the rats for company.
You have no idea how hard it's been to convince everyone how serious this threat is. But you idiots are more interested in pointless arguments with other factions than your own survival.
What did you call me?
So is it true? You're back together with that bitch?
Got a problem with that?
Do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't come crying to me about it.
I understand you've made a decision about your future with this woman.
Oh, you mean because yeah. I guess I did.
Good. Then I know where well, I feel better informed. Thanks.
The old chemical factory? Did you find out anything?
You were right. We're being bugged. Skyan Central AI has access to our systems and machines.
Damn it, I knew it. The hell are we gonna do?
I'll handle it. You should avoid talking about our strategies when machines are nearby.
But that's pretty much impossible.
At least we know who's eavesdropping on us now, and how they're doing it. Let's take full advantage of that.
We'll do our best. Any news from Tavar?
The World Hearts are still standing. They continue to perform their duty. All Skynet attacks on the Heart so far have been warded off.
Excellent. My sincere thanks. The Hearts must never be allowed to fall.
I know how to deactivate the Formers now.
Good. Then stop them before it's too late.
I've decided what faction I belong to. Actually, I haven't joined one yet.
I hope you realize you're missing the opportunity to learn new combat skills and gain valuable equipment. So choose your words carefully. You won't be able to change the decision you make. From this point on, you're committed.
I haven't joined any faction.
By choosing your faction, you have also decided who the Sixth Power will form an alliance with. We'll deal with that in more detail when the time is right. Very good. Now that that's out of the way, we can focus on making the final preparations for our battle with the Skyans.
So, what does the Bastion need now?
The Sixth Power needs a strong ally. The only question is, which of the major factions it should be.
What exactly do I need to do to find an ally?
If you haven't already decided which faction you want to join, you'll have to choose which one will be our ally.
I think our ally should be... the Berserkers. They'll be the ones to support the Sixth Power.
Then all that's left is to figure out how to convince them to join us. They will want to keep their most powerful forces in their own headquarters, of course. But I'm sure they'll have other troops scattered throughout the land. Those are the ones we need to convince. Win them to our cause and station them in the Bastion. It won't be easy, but with a little deft diplomacy...
Where should I look for the scattered Berserker troops?
Ask the Elk. He should have the best overview of the Berserkers' troop movements.
I have to talk to you about the Berserker military force.
Is there a problem?
If we want to bring the Skyans to their knees, we need more support. The Berserkers should be a partner faction of the Sixth Power. I suggest we gather together any scattered Berserker troops here in the Bastion.
Yeah, not a bad idea. But you know what they're doing, don't you? Fighting to the last against the Skynids in the border regions.
Then I'll help them, so they can be deployed elsewhere. If we're going to succeed, we must gather our military forces and bring them here.
You can certainly try to convince them, but it won't be easy. Not everyone will follow you. Though I can suggest some possible candidates. Try the troop position near the eastern world heart in Tavar. And the troop position slightly west of the dome buildings north of Tavar. They're both incredible defensive forces. You'll see for yourself.
Watch out!
Oh, Jax. So glad you're here. We could really use your help. We're surrounded. Those creatures are everywhere. We won't make it out alive without you.
How the hell were they able to surround you like that?
Normally we see 'em coming from miles away, but damn it, this time. It's a new breed of invaders. They're just lethal.
They're history now, anyway.
Yes. Thanks to you.
Listen to me, I need your help. The attacking Skyans must be destroyed.
Well, well. You finally got a taste for action. Some of us thought you wanted to spend the rest of your days outside the fold. So, where's the fight?
The Bastion in Caracas.
Great. Someone with heart who wants to put an end to this. Of course we'll join you. We'll set out immediately.
Ha! The outsider! What are you doing in this region? Come to give us a helping hand?
I need assistance at the Bastion in Caracas. We're building a powerful combat troop against the Skyans.
Oh yeah? With who?
We have Thialg the Warlord, and many others. We plan to attack the Skyans in their base, drive them from this planet.
Thialg, you say? That's quite an ally. But we have more important things to deal with right now. The invaders are sending their creatures across our borders through the coastal pass. I'm certain they have their sights fixed on the World Heart. Until the influx of Skyanids through the coastal pass has been stopped, we're going nowhere.
What if I made the coastal pass safe again?
Then the situation would be different. End the onslaught of invading creatures, and we'll consider supporting you and Thialg. Until then, we'll remain here at our posts. Defending the passageway to the World Heart is our priority.
I understand.
Talk to me.
The coastal pass is clear. The Skyanids have been stopped.
Good news. Our primary duty is done. Remind me where your headquarters are.
In the Bastion, in Caracas.
Then you can count on us. We'll stand by you.